Wojak on solo here today. Gonna do a morning recap. It's been a couple days. Saturday morning, Friday was a bit bearish. Saturday, I was saying would likely continue the pattern, but what I was seeing yesterday um, helped me not worry about it too much. Towards the evening, before I went to bed, I was seeing this total cap spike call taking effect on the 2 hour. The 3 hour didn't turn over before I went to bed, but I saw the 2 hour get to here, so I knew the 3 hour would. Um, so we do have, a day or two of going up before, we'll have to see what Monday brings us to determine the week in a way. Um, so I did tag this total cap spike call. Pretty reliable with this whale watching spike calls. Um, But where are we? We do have this bearish divergence, and it's almost as if we're breaking away from it a little bit. Still below the 50 RSI. Are we are we above it on the 2 hour? Nope. So we're having a hard time staying above this red line right here. This green golden cross strategy has been a strong bounce target, so not too bearish yet. Um, we also know crypto face is pretty negative and has tons of millions, like 13 million long right now. So plus what Plan B is calling for November, 70K. It's just hard to see things going too low from here. Bitcoin at 58 still likely possible, but here we do see on the 1 hour above the 50. We do want to start kind of breaking away from it, um, but we are already seeing the momentum stopping here. Um, the volume, the ADX momentum dropping. So it could really pick up on a sell-off here with momentum running out. But we are close to 19% Ethereum dominance again, which is really healthy. We didn't get close to this 18% call yet. Um, Staying right with this volume where this volume's at. Um, this volume's pretty far away, so to slip down that might be a little expensive, I suppose. Excuse me. Here we have a retest out of the bottom of the channel. Um, Basically, the second retest. Uh, but what I see here is likely this kind of sawtooth pattern. Yeah, let's try to draw that again. So these sawtooth patterns have worked fairly well, um, but we do usually see kind of a drop around here. So that's not out of question, but I do like seeing that sawtooth pattern there. Might we slip down this here because we're below this floor? Uh, the Viper's been kind of hard to call, so I don't know what to think about that. Uh, we already bounced off this golden cross strategy line, and we did have that golden cross strategy line long on the 3 hour, I believe. Yeah, we had the long here, and it's not telling us to go short yet. Those are pretty reliable on the 3 hour with that golden cross strategy line. Um, if you look at the last time it did it, what happened? We had the long here. Of course, you had this little 10% drop here where it tells you to get out, but then it tells you to get back in right at 2000. And there's usually a drop after kind of a golden cross strategy after a long down. So kind of just to hit a double bottom like you saw there. But, um, it didn't tell us to close it here, or I guess it did, and then told us to open it back up right around that entry. And what kind of volume was that? That was from 22 to 39. So almost a 40% shot up from there. So we could be getting to like 5,000 before it like tries to close the long on us. Um, we'll probably see a nice long sideways channel um, consolidation similar to what happened there. That would be fairly nice. If we look at Bitcoin dominance, we were stuck in this channel for a bit, but it does look like we are breaking out of it and retested it and now going back to bullish territory. We are at the bottom of this channel. It's, only second time testing it, so I kind of see a Wyckoff starting here. And Bitcoin moving, you know, anything can happen. We can get bullish with this pop, and then we can keep going bullish with a drop. So I'm not going to worry too much about what's going on with Bitcoin. I like that it's moving towards what I would call bullish territory is down essentially, because total cap's not really draining with it. We do see that momentum picking up on the Bitcoin drain, but yeah. So we're just going to keep watching this momentum. That's really the main thing holding my position. Um, if we look at USDT below the line, thankfully, not really hitting these calls. USDT pops are hard to call, so don't try to call drops too much in a bullish market. And we've been bearish for 4 or 5 months. We had kind of a turnaround event, and so we've been pretty bullish all October, and we're going to need to drop some significant levels before we see a significant trend downward. An interesting thing I've been looking at is Bitcoin halvings. So if you look at this, um, Bitcoin was in like 2009. Every 4 years we have a halving event. And there's supposedly at least 32 halving events that'll take place. I was looking at some Bitcoin codes. Some places showed 64, but we can base it on at least 32. And we've only had three in our lifetime. And every time Bitcoin halves, you get half the amount of Bitcoin for the same amount of effort per block of mining it. And it basically over a hundred, over 100x's here, over my mic ran out of battery, so it might be a little harder to hear me now, but then we had almost a 10x event here. So basically by the next halving event, it might be 100x. So this is May 2020, so by May 2024, 100x from here would be 2 zeros, so 800,000. That's very reasonable. If we put a target in here for somewhere around May 2024, basically we're looking at 800,000 if we look just based on these, and that's nuts. Bitcoin halves and the price 100x's. What's going to happen after the 30th? When we have somebody like Plan B estimating 100 trillion, that's not far-fetched. People will continue mining it for half the amount. And we're going to keep seeing this. Even if we have like a World War III event, even if we have a global EMP event, some people will have their hard wallets in EMP bags. And if 80% of Bitcoin disappears, most people will just be the richest people in the world. And it'll take 5 to 10 years to get the systems back up. But if they survive that event, they will be the leaders of the new world. And that's what everybody wants to try to do. They're trying to get the Bitcoin, they're trying to protect it, and then they're going to try to make sure nobody else has it. And they want to control the ledger, the coding of it. Apparently Bitcoin code can change, so honestly, it's crazy what's going on and what can happen and what's happening. But when you see numbers like this and you keep thinking things are a joke, you should probably slap yourself in the face. But again, not financial advice. If we're thinking about 400,000 by next May, that's possible. If we look at the cycles of when Bitcoin hits all-time highs between the cycles, it was basically within 300 days here. It was within
or 300 days here. Then it was like within 500 days. Actually, no, I think it was 300 days for these two, and then 500 days for these two. So this is about, you know, um, from the last halving event to 2021, it's about 300 days, 400 days. So we have another 100 days likely before we hit some all-time highs. And with that cycle increasing in size, maybe it'll be 600 days, maybe it'll be exactly May 2022 to hit that all-time high. So that's really what we're banking on and planning on. Um, so that's what I would say is going to be likely the case. Um, there's a couple NFTs I'd like to showcase. We have the Wojak community, which apparently is connected to Bored Ape Yacht Club from some, a trustworthy guy I know told me that. And I didn't really look into it, but I'm assuming that's the case here. Now, if we go take a look at this project, World of Wojak, I'll put an invite link there. Mint is in October 30th. Lots of whitelist spots left. Low mint cost. I think we're gonna, have a safe chance of having a profitable trade with this one. These Wojaks are very popular. I think people will buy them because these Wojaks are super popular. Lots of people use Wojaks of sorts to make fun of lots of crypto things. And it's the first I've seen like this, plus connected to potentially Bored Ape Yacht Club. So huge wins there. I also got recommended by the same guy this, Oh My Giraffe. This is an Immutable X project, so I might mint this one just to get involved with Immutable X chain, which is an Ethereum chain with zero gas. So it'll be interesting getting to know these projects and how they work. The other one I'll talk about is this Let's Trade one. I'll include links for all of these, and these are all really hot ones. Let's Trade is still small, but this guy was on the team of Metasaurs and decided to do his own thing because of, unethical practices there. This guy wants to help make the NFT space better, safer, stronger, and man, this guy, you're going to see more and more of him. He will be the legend in 5 years. Meta Legends is looking super hot. I got 100,000 members, canceled to 20,000 bots, still lots of whitelist spots. So please join these links. Please invite people. Get to know what these launches look like. We had a Metablobs, where is that? Metablobs mint occurred, but I don't think I need to highlight that one too much. That was just to expose people to the NFT space. There was 100,000 to mint, and it was just mint cost. It might explode. Bungie project. This one's insane. We got NBA champions joining this project. If you can get one of these, good luck. Oh, here's the Metablobs. That's how you join these. You kind of verify like that. Yeah, I don't know if I would mint a Metablob. They have only 4,000. So where are we? We also were looking at Soul Sharks, Soul Yetis and Scary Sharks. And Scary Sharks, it's actually holding a floor pretty nicely at 0.4 Solana. And the number of items listed is continuing to drop. Once we see this hit 2,000 or even 1,500, I think that's where we're really going to start seeing these take off. And still volume being traded. Soul Yetis are having a hard time staying above their 2 floor, which is kind of where I got in. But now we're seeing quite a lot right around that mint price. People didn't let go of them. Now we're regretting not letting go of them. And we're slowly seeing this supply rise, but still quite nice at 10%. Not too worried. Not going to become paper hands. These guys are paper hands because they got in at those prices that I should have sold at. And so that's a natural occurrence of people FOMOing in and not selling it and now regretting coming in at that price point. But again, not too worried here, but still not financial advice. Do your own research. There is one last project I would like to highlight, and that's Bird Money. And they're the first analytic NFT incorporating machine learning into their project. So if you mint one of theirs or get the chance to mint one of theirs, it's going to look at your transaction history and it's going to see that you're a long-term holder, for example, and it's going to mint more rare traits with your NFT. Uh, this one shot up very significantly recently. They already got the token, Bird.money. Huge roadmap, huge team, lots of big shots joining it. Still super small community, guys. Strongly recommend Bird Money. But again, not financial advice, just things to watch out for, things to pay attention to as far as the new types of projects coming out. And now the project that I would like to highlight last is a project that I'll be working on. I'm going to be launching a book-based NFT for my friend, a dear friend of mine who um, has several challenges and is ready to take his books to the next level. One of the things that the NFT space is missing is books. Book-based NFTs, authors coming in and um, joining this train. And authors are artists, and all artists are welcome here. And you know, it's a children's book, and we'll probably start with 50 or 100 assets. We'll probably have the first 20 minted for free. We'll see what the best way to launch it is. We might just list all the assets on OpenSea and have an auction of sorts for them. We'll probably have a few variations of the pages to incorporate some rarity. You know, a 15-page book turned into 100 assets. Just to kickstart the community, get you guys excited about this. He's going to keep having more and more books coming out, and there's a good cause behind it. You'll see as we continue sharing more about the story, and I hope you guys stay tuned and join these Discord channels just to keep informed about the different projects, start watching and seeing what makes them successful. It's really the team behind it and the community that joins it and the cause it's for, the roadmap. And with an author that is continuing to write books, that roadmap will continue to be strong and each project will continue to fund the next. And we're so early, guys. Again, if you think about this halving events, literally anybody starting now, if they can be around in 4 years, which as long as it's not just like a pump and dump scheme, it's not just a, oh, here's a cool picture, but if there's a business behind it, if there's faces behind a project, you can most likely guarantee they'll be around within 4 years. And when Bitcoin halves, all of those ones will be profitable. Again, not financial advice. I recommend you do your own research, but you know, launching that book NFT will give us the experience needed to continue launching projects like my charts and signals collection, and there's a lot more to come. So keep watching, stay tuned. That's all. Thanks. Bye.